very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Hard Factor presented by the Barstool News Network. It is episode number 584. Had to update that too. It is What the Fuck Wednesday, December 16th, 2020. Stories coming at you for the Hardo Hive, by the Hardo Hive. We got a full house. Everybody's here. I've got a little note for everybody today. So, Pat, there was some buzz on Twitter. No tiger meat sandwiches, and yes, communism for you. Is that what's going on right now?
I think
Is
you
that
got
the
me.
December? Okay.
You got my number.
December to remember for the beef. All right. So that is formally what's going on. Wes, you joined the toilet seat replacement club. I see.
I did. I'm officially a man. It's working fantastic. I'm ashamed it took me so long because I've literally been dealing with that thing for 9 months.
What was the problem? Was it loose or was it?
No, I had the top seat was completely off. So, but I could shimmy it in there and slide it into the little groove to get it stay, but it would eventually fall off.
Right, where it was just sort of, it wasn't actually like attached. It was
Right.
just sitting
Yes.
in the spot.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know exactly
Yes.
what you mean. Yeah, I've been there before. It's funny. I've actually got a broken ring right now that I'm avoiding.
Yeah, you don't say.
Yeah. It's a number like
It's real easy.
Makes a baker's dozen
Go-
for me.
Going back to that tiger meat sandwich.
That's what I'm saying, Mark. This is my one for you. Is the Lex Luthor? Looks like somebody saw it, huh? Your mom?
Yeah, my mom and dad weren't too happy that I ate the Lex Luthor. She thinks they're like, we want you to stick around for a couple of years, you know.
Have you seen him?
Yeah. So, anyways, the Lex Luthor, delicious. I don't know if you saw, but Ike himself retweeted that, my mom's tweet. So
Nice.
Heck, so I mean, Ike's like giving out heart attacks. He thinks it's hilarious, so no big deal. But the tiger meat sandwich, want to go back to that. We're not encouraging people to get salmonella. If you do it at home, you got to grind your own fucking meat. We're not saying go to the grocery store and buy ground meat. You got to grind your own fucking meat for these tigers.
If you ever do anything based on this show without consulting a doctor first,
Well,
now
for sure.
that's just at
on
your own
you.
risk.
That's true.
That's legally binding.
It's your fault.
That's your fault.
Also, very glad my mom doesn't watch my Instagram stories. Weed workouts are back, everybody. So,
Yes, my mom likes your weed workouts though. It's just not. I can't eat a sandwich with 4 fried products.
Well, that is exercise technically.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
Mark, you had mentioned
She wants us to be active.
Mark, that something happened to you at Petco, and I forgot to ask you about your Petco experience.
You want to hear about the Petco?
Yeah, I do.
So I've been doing like 5 errands a day. It's ridiculous, Christmas time and whatnot. So I got to get my cats presents for Christmas, and I had to go to Petco to pick them up. And I went in there, and they don't have an electronic system. PetSmart does, and I know because I also went to PetSmart that day. And they give you a confirmation number. It's pretty easy. At Petco, it's like old school. They have it on pieces of paper. They need to know your name. And
Are
they
you always ordering ahead?
Yeah. Yeah,
much
pretty much.
everywhere?
But we usually get monthly deliveries for the food and stuff. This is like bonus Christmas shit. This is not. So I had to go pick it up, and I went in there, and it was a guy and a girl, both very young, working at the cashier. The guy takes my order, but he's like, I can handle it. And then when he then stops and ignores me and starts talking to the girl, and she's like, what's your name on the schedule? Is it so-and-so or so-and-so? Because she's like, I see this name. And he was like, well, obviously my name's such and such, but on the schedule sometimes it's such and such. And she goes, well, it says here you're working 3 to 9. And he looked at her and gave her a death stare, and he's like, no. And she's like, okay. And then, like, I picked up on the fact that she was trying to leave early, and the guy just was like, he almost refused to help me because he was like staring daggers through her soul because he's like, he could tell that she was trying to weasel out of work. And
You got in the middle of a shift argument.
I got in the middle of the shift argument. I was like, I'm here for my Christmas cat gifts.
Nice. I love a good employee argument in front of you.
It was fantastic. He wanted to
Just to
kill me.
recap, at the top of that, you said you had to get your cats Christmas gifts.
Yeah. That's correct. That's correct. Hey, Pat, where are you going to be living this upcoming year?
In Rutherford, New Jersey.
Okay.
How's that going? Are you prepared?
how's that going?
Are you?
Yeah. I mean, there you go.
It's going.
Oh.
Sounds like it's moving along.
Oh, got my chains.
Like your tire chains?
No, around my neck, bro.
Oh, right. Okay, Jersey. My bad.
Gotta have some cred on the street there.
Do you have it? What color did you get, and what style link?
Platinum. I mean, okay.
Okay.
Do you know me?
All right, platinum guy.
I'm not trying to get beat up.
That's
Glow
high
in the
class.
dark.
That's high class.
There goes the beef.
Yeah,
Well, it's going to
baby.
be all, like I said, What the Fuck Wednesday. All stories for the Hardo Hive, by the Hardo Hive. All
It might go
submitted.
long today, right? It might go a few minutes long.
Maybe goes a few
50.
minutes long.
Yeah, might go
We'll
a few
see.
minutes long. Yeah.
We'll see. But Mark's up first.
All right, reconnecting. Cool Google Docs. All right, this one comes from listener Andrew Parker, one of our loyal listeners over there across the pond. He probably got the vaccine already because I think he's a frontline healthcare worker, if I recall correctly. But leave us a voicemail if you did take the vaccine, Andrew. He is for sure our fellow Leeds fan, the person who introduced us to Leeds. Leeds United, by the way, plays Manchester United on Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a bloody Sunday for the Red Devils. You know what I mean?
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Sunday,
Yeah, we're going to
Bloody
take them
Sunday.
out. Andrew, thanks for inviting us into the Leeds family, MOT, and it's challenging. It's hard to root. They are a frustrating bunch, I'll say.
Yeah, exciting, frustrating, challenging, all the above MOT. But let's get into the story that Andrew submitted, which takes place in the UK. It turns out Banksy made a paintsy on a housey in the southwest city of Bristol. And the piece titled Achoo, and if you can get this up here, Bubba, is an elderly woman sneezing, and it's sending her dentures flying out of her mouth. And the painting is on a house on the side of a steep hill, so it looks like she's like a big bad wolf blowing down the houses with her spit and dentures.
Oh,
You
hilarious.
see what it is there?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
If you
right?
take the picture at that angle, you have to.
Yeah.
If it's at the right angle, it just looks like she's a sideways woman.
Correct, but if you're on the street and you're looking at it because it's such a slope, if you're in person looking at it, it looks like she's blowing down the houses.
What's the bullshit Banksy angle on that painting? What's it supposed to symbolize?
Well, good question. I don't know. I guess that old people have dentures, or they also have phlegm. I don't know.
Some
What do you mean bullshit, Banksy? You mean art?
There's some social message behind it, I'm sure.
What is
Oh,
he
you're
trying
talking
to
about
say?
art being art.
What is he saying about
What's the
dentures?
bullshit?
What's the art in this?
What's he saying about me that I do wrong to piss people off? What's he
that's
saying
right.
about
Art
me?
people
What's he
Artsy
saying that I don't
bullshit
get
art.
about?
What's he saying that I
don't-
do wrong?
What's he saying I don't understand?
What was he thinking about me when he painted this fucking painting?
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
get
on to
that.
you, Banksy.
I don't get that Banksy guy. Classic Banksy style, as you can see in the picture of the painting. It's in fact, Banksy's posted the piece on his website and Instagram page, and his publicist confirmed, yeah, that's Banksy. He began his career spray painting buildings in Bristol. So what's the big deal, right? Wrong.
Why-
There is a
why-
big deal. There is
why?
a big deal, and that's the house that it was painted on was up for sale and was sold. Then the painting, I guess, came in, and the homeowners pulled the sale because they got
Good
a
move.
Banksy painting
Good
on
move.
the side of their wall.
Smart.
Yeah.
Wait. So he painted it after they had sold, before the sale went through?
Well, they at least discovered it afterwards. So unless they're the dumbest,
Right.
blindest people, yes, that's what happened.
They
Yeah.
could be some out of towners too, right? They could a lot of
Right,
people
owned
own
from
property,
afar.
especially with COVID.
potentially.
I watched a Antiques Roadshow, but like an English one recently, where a dude brought a Banksy in, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I can't pay anything for this," and he was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "You should have just left it on the street, man." Essentially, like the Antiques Roadshow dude
What?
shamed him for removing it. He couldn't
Oh.
verify it, but I saw a Banksy in Salt Lake City, not like Salt Lake City, but Park City for Sundance.
Oh,
and
what
it's
the hell was Banksy trying to tell you that Wes was doing wrong there? And that
I
one-
don't know.
What was it all about, Pat?
What was that one all about in Salt
Something
Lake
about
City?
consumerism and film.
Yeah.
But it was stupid because it's like got a fucking frame on it outside. Like, if
Well, here you
someone
go.
does a Banksy, they
Let's
frame it.
Let's get into that. Nick Macon, who owns the house with his mother, Aileen, or at least one of them owns it, said it does increase the value, and you have to take a moment to think about it, but it's not changing anything in terms of the houses for sale, so it's still for sale. He said the sale has been just put on a 48-hour hold, and the family was trying to ensure the artwork would be protected, and by the artwork, he meant the family, and by protected, he meant paid.
Right. Well, so what? No, they're going to pull the sale from the people who bought it for the regular price.
No, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
this is what happened. I think this is what happened. So Macon added that a piece of clear acrylic was placed over the mural, like Pat said.
Yeah, that's what it was like
Like
in Utah.
framed like a fucking baseball card when you put it in a sleeve. Check out Doug's Den. And an alarm a system was installed to it because they didn't want the Banksy fucked with or removed or vandalized with the for sale sign. Yeah. Banksy murals go for about $100K on average, guys. So this is a $100K increase to the house. I think what happened is the sale still went through after they were like, hey, you got us. We didn't know there was a Banksy. Now we know there's a Banksy. We'll still sell to you, but you need to increase the value. You need to give us some more money. And I think they did, and I think they're still selling. It looks like, yeah.
They are not playing this right. The thing about like this piece is that now that it's so controversial, some asshole will pay $1 million unlimited for it to say they have this house. Yeah, you got to pull this fucking.
Someone else buy the house.
100,000 is nothing for this piece.
Well, that's just the average the mural goes for. I don't know what their arrangement was.
I think it's because you can't take the murals out because it's street art. That's what I was getting at with the Antiques Roadshow
but
thing.
someone would buy that house for like triple the value.
But it's street art that they own. They own it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Some rich fuck will take the whole piece of a wall and put it No,
he'll just buy the house. No,
this is what you don't understand about art.
You can't remove it.
It's not cool because, as Mark was saying at the top of the story, it's interesting with the perspective in the place in which it's in.
The slope of the street.
A photo of it looks
Someone
funny
would just buy the house and maybe not live there, Wes, but they would own the house with the Banksy.
Right.
And to Banksy,
I own a Banksy. You want to travel on my PJ to go see it?
You want to stay in my Banksy?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I disagree. You chisel that bastard out. Someone's paying $500,000 for it, even on the fucking wall.
Okay.
Now that it's controversial.
Treasure Hunter West maybe know best.
I know.
And to Banksy,
we know what Treasure Hunter West would do with that Banksy.
He would take that Banksy.
He blast that fucker straight out of the concrete.
Wes is trying to buy it. He's like, no, I live on a similar slope in the United States. On a similar slope.
Wes has booked his ticket. He's going to go in the middle of the night.
This is the Achu.
Yeah. What's he trying to say here, huh? And to Banksy, I'd like to say, my house exterior is open for business whenever I buy one.
All right. Did you guys see that? There's the Banksy little video. He was like painting. He was painting like little tiny portraits in a park and selling them to people unknowingly that they were Banksys. And then they found out later they had purchased like for like $10, $5, and then these things were worth like $50,000 a piece.
What was his angle there?
It was like kind of like a donation thing, basically. Yeah, like
he could do that any day he wanted.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Exit the gift shop. Good duck. All right. This next one comes from intern Cam and Tank, or Barstool Tank, next man up, and it's a doozy. So an aspiring Instagram model and medical student from Comrat, Moldova, 21-year-old Anna Lajkovic, lost her mind, boys. By the way, Moldova, in case you're wondering, is the country in between Romania and Ukraine. More on.
Sounds like a part of the vagina I don't know about.
90-Day Fiancé. Check that out if you want to see some more Moldova action.
It sounds like a chocolate-shaped vagina.
You want to work her Moldova after you want to get in there and massage the Moldova.
Yeah, you'd
like
want to
Giorgio
massage it.
Painting it in chocolate.
Melts in your mouth.
A Moldovan duck is really ugly. That's all I know about it.
Yeah,
it is. Will, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've seen that duck.
It's interesting.
Maybe that's a Muscovy duck. I don't know.
Fuck.
You ever seen a Moldovan moose knuckle?
Well, this lady's got
not that pretty.
This lady's got a pretty one, I'm sure, because she is very attractive. Bubba, if you want to pull up some of her pictures from Instagram, this is what she looks like. That's yep.
Oh, top left. Okay, top left.
Everything except for the bloody pants.
Yeah, we jumped the gun on that one.
So she lost her mind and her pants got very bloody.
More to the pants in a second. I was
top left.
Yeah. Anyway, she's hot. Well, what happened is she lost her mind. Her mother, who apparently was on a work trip in Germany and came home to her daughter acting a little strange, confronted her and accused her of being on drugs and threatened to put her in some treatment. However, Anna said no, and instead grabbed a knife, stabbed her mother, and then while her mom was dying and still alive, carved out her heart, lungs, and intestines.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's the picture.
Killer content.
That's the picture you saw on the bottom there. That's her
mom?
That's the mom.
They always said she was going to take some hearts.
Yeah. Did she flee it?
She's a heartbreaker.
Yeah. So she then took a quick shower to get her mom's blood off her.
I would say longer than a quick shower if you cut a heart out. You got to...
Well, if it's fresh,
nails.
if it's
What's
fresh,
going
you get
through
it
your
out quick.
mind after you just like did that to your mother?
Nothing. She's lost.
How
her
do I
mind.
caption this? That's what's going
Yeah,
through her
yeah,
mind.
exactly. You're probably
Yeah,
like,
was
well, my Instagram career's over.
Right. Yeah. Did she take pictures? I don't understand. Like what?
No, she lost her mind, and then she went and met up with her boyfriend, and yeah, that's what happened. She just
So she literally just
she
went
lost
crazy.
it. Yeah, she went crazy.
She cut the heart out. What did she do with the heart? She eat it?
I don't know what she did with it. I don't know if her medical student background had anything to do with her, curiosity or her being able to do that. But she just hacked it out while her mom was still alive, apparently. And then,
see, Mom, I just ate a Lex Luthor. Like,
yeah. Here's a video.
Making you look like a saint.
Yeah, watch your mouth. You know what I mean, Mom?
Here's a video of her in court. A reporter asking her why she killed her mom. But
Вы почему убили свою мать? Вы убили свою мать? Вы сожалеете о том, что сделали?
yeah, she's just maniacally laughing, and
She just laughed and said goodbye.
said
That
goodbye.
was Russian. She asked her why'd you kill your mom, she said goodbye.
wow.
yeah,
That's
Muscovy duck. Well, it was a Muscovy.
Yeah, that's the ugly
chilling.
one. Whoops.
it is crazy. So yeah, she was 21 years old. She had just under 9,760 followers, and it's gonna go to jail forever, I presume. But if you go to her Instagram, it's just people calling her the devil and witch and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're gonna give yourself that kind of connotation when you cut your mom's heart out
Yep.
of her body.
Yep.
I don't want to like stereotype here, but I'm guessing cutting someone's heart out in Moldova is 5 years.
Yeah. They ask her why she did it, and she's like, "For the gram."
Yeah.
Content is king.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry to her family. That's terrible. Yeah. Let's move it over to the politics corner. We're coming back to the USA from Moldova, and this first one's from Nick Vanderpool, and it's the latest Dan Crenshaw ad for the Georgia Senate races. Even though he's from Texas, and somebody spent a lot of PAC money on this thing. Bubba, can we play the clip, please?
What's our situation on the ground? We have two patriots down there, Senator Loeffler and Senator Perdue. Great fighters with a great message.
They just need a little backup.
Last question. Who do you want to bring?
Bring everyone.
Okay, that was Dan Crenshaw jumping out of a plane to go into Georgia in stealth mode. Marcus Luttrell, by the way, that's the lone survivor who that was who asked him who you want to bring to go back up Perdue and Loeffler. Also, he mispronounced her name. It's Loeffler. He said
Makes me want to wave an American flag until I saw his gay earring.
Did
You
you
guys
see?
catch that gay little earring in his ear? I don't know about
I
this
didn't notice
guy.
that. Oh, he does.
Crenshaw?
He has a, Crenshaw's got the
I don't see earrings in men, man.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I couldn't
Just
take
look
my eye off the eye patch, honestly. But
his Thor eye patch. It doesn't have like a band around it. It's,
Did you
it's
see?
just like stuck
This is
in
not
his
his
eye
first.
socket.
This is not his first ad that's that well produced. He did one of these like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I
well,
hope this wasn't a Casey Phillips because I'm gonna rip it. It was not very well produced.
He did a project. No.
I was wondering the same.
He did a Project Texas one that was well produced for Texas like 6 months ago. He's putting a lot of money in this.
Guys, before that was only a snippet. That was like
Yeah.
20 seconds out of the 3-minute ad, and it's got like all this like Mission Impossible, like the deep state Democrats are gonna take over the country. It's like AOC, and like he's getting his marching orders in his earpiece, Anyhow, head to predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 if you want to get your first $20 match to bet on these Georgia Senate races. Right now, after we talked last time, I put some money down on Perdue and Warnock. The odds haven't really shifted that much. Purdue's still the heaviest favorite, but Loeffler is the second heaviest favorite. So Warnock is an upset pick there in that race. But I think it's looking good. Perdue and Warnock, if you look at the markets with who's going to get the most votes total, those two guys are in the front. So I think that still Warnock is an upset pick that could pay out.
Purdue's going to win. I got a text from Perdue. I've been to Georgia once in my life. I've never registered there. They're hitting every phone number in
and Ossoff's a dweeb. We've covered that.
Purdue's going to win.
Yeah.
What was the dirt that came out on Warnock though recently?
So something about covered up a child abuse something
Church stuff, like
I
church
guess
members.
he got some
and-
sort of
yeah.
he got some sort of assault charge.
Yeah, that was what it was. and
assault-
But
and then, like,
so
dealings
during the
with
debate,
people and-
she skirted her stock shit, and he skirted that.
They've got to both have a ton of Oppo research. So if you want dirt, there's a plenty on all the candidates in Georgia. If you want to
I
go,
think Warnock's
dig it
taking
up.
it. I like that bet. Purdue
I
Warnock.
got my money
That's-
on Loeffler.
Yeah, Wes.
Yeah,
Wes is riding with the favorites now. It is Purdue Loeffler as the favorites. But
You also think Banksy's up to something every painting. So.
Your money's going straight to hell, Wes. She recently posed with a former KKK leader. This lady is the fucking worst, bro.
Remember-
I don't care. I honestly, it's just a
he's
bet.
just
Pat.
saying who he thinks is going to win.
Yeah.
Remember, predictit.org/promo/hardfactor20 for your first $20 matched on us. Always bet with your head and not your heart at Predictit.
That's right.
Next up, from our good friend Grant Addison at the Washington Examiner in the Politics Corner, comes a troll video from Sexual Jumanji, that was his old account, about Patriot Gamblers busting the bookies for stealing all their money. Bubba, can we play the clip?
This is a message for the corrupt bodies at Betfair and Paddy Power and other various corrupt organizations who have stolen money from our Patriot Gamblers. The bookie busters are coming.
I love that guy.
And he's saying because people that bet on Trump to win the election didn't get paid out. Is that what's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah.
He's
So
saying that
he's
the
coming.
bookies paid out the Biden betters, so he's
about to come and fuck up the bookies for
It's a joke.
for the Patriots' money. It was a joke. And
He looks like Bam Margera after. Well, he looks like Bam Margera.
It looks like he's got a keep out sign on his bedroom door.
He calls Antifa Antifa in that video.
Antifa later on. Yeah. It's a joke. I thought his comedic pause when he like turned his head was pretty clear. But lo and behold, resident genius of America, Nate Silver, polling god himself, who thought that Wisconsin was a 17-point race this year, was fooled by it. So Nate Silver quote tweeted it and said, Trump has had a 10% chance to win the election on prediction markets for weeks, long after the race was called for Biden. For people who were like, this is only because of structural flaws in those markets. Nope. There really were enough true believers out there. And then he quote, that was the video of the guy making fun of that premise.
So Nate Silver, who's like, worth, God knows how much money, had another bad prediction year and didn't apologize, unlike some of the other prediction people, really needs to go out of his way to make fun of someone that looks like that and makes that quality video. First of all, he was completely duped because that guy is a successful comedian.
Amazing.
But is it really worth it for him to poke fun of a guy that looks like that with the top hat, like that might not be completely all there? Like, come on.
No, because if it was a true video,
that's fucked up if it's true. Like,
right, he's punching down, punching way down.
Punching down. You don't need to do that, Nate Silver.
And Nate Silver's an asshole. All right, moving on to a dumbass on the other side of the aisle.
Wait, that wasn't real?
What's that?
No, it was fake.
100%. That's
fake.
a troll video.
Yeah.
Provide this one on the other side of the aisle, provided by intern Cam. It's the husband of recently elected QAnon believer, Congresswoman, Colorado District 3, Lauren Boebert. Turns out her husband, Jason with a Y, had drunkenly shown his penis tat to some kids at a bowling alley in 2004. It was a
Hey, come here.
16-year-old girl.
Hey, lane 3, come here.
And, he got arrested for it and everything. And surprise, surprise, Lauren also has some petty crimes on her record. But hopefully the genitalia tattoo shows are done for the both of them, unless they want to end up like Katie Hill.
What's he got on his dick?
Yeah,
you kids ready to bowl without bumpers?
Yeah.
I think that's what he said. I have no idea what's on his dick. The story's funny. The girls, he was like, they were talking about tattoos feet away from him at the bowling alley, and he overheard it and pulls out his dick like from far away, trying to show it to him. And they like turned around, and then he goes up to him and pulls it out and then shows it to him close up. So
hey, you want to see a turkey? Gobble, gobble, gobble. Here's
He was hammered.
Come here, get close enough so you can identify it.
Yeah,
he was hammered. Yeah, that was great. And then I'm running along, fellas. The last installment of the Politics Corner is another one from intern Cam, and it's just proof that we should make a super PAC and just make limitless money, because we've got this image here. Matthew Tunstill's Support American Leaders Scam PAC. Literally, the name of the PAC is the Scam PAC. Did robocalls to impersonate Trump, brought in $2.5 million since 2018. Profit was looks like about half of that, and that went straight into the dude's pocket. So
Did he get in trouble for that? Is that legal?
he filed all the paperwork.
So why don't we do that?
Yeah, I mean, it seems
Cunt.
like he
Pack. Cunt. Pack.
I stumbled across a funny YouTube series. It's called like this guy who scams scammers, and what he does is he gets them on there and he deletes all their files. And he's like, where'd your files go? He pretends to be this old woman. He's like, I see, all your files are gone, aren't they? And they're like, well, how do you do it? Yeah,
I love scamming the scammers series on
Scam
YouTube.
baiting.
yeah, it's awesome.
They're the best.
All right, guys, this next one's from Sir Jorgensen. Guys, since the advent of the internet, the glory days for old racists have been consistently dwindling. Long gone are the days where an old white guy could keep another race down without having to worry about their blackface yearbook photo popping up on Reddit. But
except Christmas time in Belgium.
I know, right?
Yeah,
all
Belgium's
the time.
really swinging that whole movement. Like they're spitting in the face of it.
Yeah, Black Pete, not cool. But guys, the fear of being canceled or people having people not buy your pancake mix doesn't seem or doesn't mean that old rich guys aren't still trying. They're just having to slip inside racist jokes into more exclusive outlets, like naming a racehorse Jungle Bunny, for example.
Wow,
That's not exactly a slip.
Yeah, that's a pretty overt.
Yeah,
It's a hammer to the head. That's a hammer to the head.
it's an
Well,
eclectic
okay.
racist term.
He had to try, I guess. Unfortunately for old racist white guy David Evans, he's learning the woke way that even the ultra-rich white guy sport of horse racing isn't a safe place to have a good laugh at non-whites.
What a piece of shit.
This guy.
Well, hold on, Mark. Hold on. Hear the whole story for us before you judge. Evans, who owns and trained a horse he affectionately named Jungle Bunny, was, quote, totally flabbergasted. He's a Brit. After the backlash he received when the horse he nicknamed JB ran in the Wolverhampton race course ride on Saturday. People were not happy on Twitter when they saw Jungle Bunny running down the racetrack. Evans claims innocence here, though, guys, and blamed the racist racehorse's name on his adolescent daughter. Classic.
His daughter.
You know those classic Aesop fables with those jungle bunnies.
Right.
Who heard it from her racist friend in class?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's
like
from the
who
no, it's
taught
him.
her
It's
the
him.
truth.
Yeah,
It's
she
him.
listened into
I
a
know it
happy
is.
hour. Yeah,
Right. With
she
the
listened
guy
to-
with her dad. Yeah.
Or she went into the Scotch library where the guys are smoking cigars in this guy's house. Yeah.
Yeah. Evan claims her daughter or his daughter got the idea not from that happy hour, but instead from a game she plays on her computer called Jungle Bunny Run. And in the game, which is clearly a racist dog whistle, a literal bunny runs through the jungle.
That's not okay.
Yeah, I'm just
So his
glad.
daughter could have gotten it from this.
Yes, he probably
She
did.
plays the game.
Yeah.
It's called Jungle Bunny Run.
But he knew.
He knew what he was doing.
This was his out. This was his great out.
Well,
That game's
exactly.
not okay.
Yeah.
They quickly Googled what else is Jungle Bunny, and then they were going through like a bunch of racist chat rooms, and they found Jungle Bunny Run, and they said, "This is it. This is our out. Let's reverse engineer it and pretend it was this.
Looks like
Download
kind of
this
a
on
fun
your
game,
phone."
honestly. But probably they should not have that title, right? So
Yeah, they changed. They changed. It's now like Jungle Bingo is the horse's name now.
Oh wait,
And
yeah, what
here
about the
comes
game?
Jungle Bunny around in the corner. She's a Jungle Bunny, one leg behind. That's a little tough.
That's not okay.
Yeah,
Did
the
they
old
change the
racist
name
white-
of the game though? Is the game still? Jungle
No,
Bunny
the game
Run?
is literally a bunny running through the jungle. I don't know. That's the next battle. Will right now it was renaming the horse first. JB, I'm just glad Evans exhibited the smallest amount of restraint and didn't take the game name verbatim, throw the word fast at the end, and call it a day. That would have been more racist and also ironic because JB finished in 6th place at the end of the day. So
Speed up.
Okay. Well, that one sucked. This story was sent in from the internet, which happens to be a member of the Hardo Hive. Loophole, Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard, I'm guessing, one of the wealthiest persons in Canada, was arrested and taken into custody on Monday in Winnipeg by Canadian authorities. It's actually a provisional arrest as he waits extradition to the United States for allegedly running a global sex trafficking ring for the last 25 years. Yeah, that's him.
Oh, well, when
that
you
guy.
look at that look.
He's like the
He is
Canadian Ralph Lauren,
ripped.
except he's also leading a successful sex trafficking ring.
Looks like he owns a tiger.
He definitely looks like if Joe Exotic was like on like came from a higher class. You know,
he looks like Native American Ralph Lauren.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and if this guy can be the Ralph Lauren of Canada and had a successful sex trafficking ring, I feel like the four of us are going to be fine running Hard Factor. For years, prosecutors say Nygard targeted women and girls with a history of abuse who were struggling economically, then maintained control of them with false promises of a modeling career,
Epstein style.
And at times threats, force, fraud, or coercion. Yeah, so sex trafficking ring running 101, Will.
Yes.
He just did the playbook.
Nexium. Right, they're all the same pretty much, yeah.
It did the playbook. Prosecutors also alleged Nygard, one of Canada's wealthiest people, also used constant surveillance, just like the playbook, restrictions of movement, and physical isolation to manipulate and control dozens of victims. Some of the victims were sexually assaulted by Nygard himself because he had to test the goods, authorities said, while others were assaulted or drugged to be sexually attacked by others. Pretty boilerplate stuff here from a successful sex traffic CEO.
Just another monster.
And monster, yeah, except for the part where except for the part where he was already a billionaire without committing, heinous crimes. So I don't know why he had to do this. You hear this story and you say, oh my God. Oh yeah, it does check out though. That's the sex trafficking ringleader. And then you hear he sells billions of purses a year and you're like, that's weird.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, where there's two, there's three. There's definitely three.
How do
you know what I mean?
Oh, even this guy Epstein. Now I'm thinking everyone that's rich and powerful is doing this. By the way, now that's where my head's at.
Everyone in Hollywood, at least.
Oh, and Dillard's is probably going to have to take his 3 exclusive brands off the shelves unless they want to close even sooner. He's got exclusive deal with Dillard's, so that's tough for them. There was actually a pending class action civil lawsuit against Nygard that 57 women signed earlier this year, and as of February it started, and they were just going to sue him in a civil case. Some of the women said they were as young as 14 when they were sexually assaulted by him, but the U.S. government put the kibosh on that after the FBI raided Nygard's New York offices because they were still doing the criminal investigation. So that usually comes first, I guess. I don't know, Bubba, if you have any information on how or why they would stop the civil suit while they're doing the criminal suit, you can pop in. But
what's his brand?
The only thing I can think of is that they would probably try and do it so that they can get the admissions from the criminal suit and use them in the civil suit so that these girls are guaranteed the biggest recovery they can possibly get.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you can take the findings from the criminal and then add it to the civil.
I would think so. I'm not 100% sure on that. I wasn't really that great in that area, but I would think that that's probably because you can adopt. I know you can adopt certain admissions, so I think that you could probably do that in there.
Yeah, and from what I read, for whatever reason, if it's deemed by law enforcement that they should stop the civil suit, they can until they prove that they're not actively investigating. I guess they don't do that all the time, I don't think, but they can.
I bet you it's a statute of limitations thing. That's probably why, because there's not a statute of limitations on civil suits, but there might be on a criminal lawsuit, depending on what the crimes are.
Well, yeah, but not for sexual assault. No, because you saw how Harvey Weinstein and the
Bubba, don't legal explain me. Don't you legal explain me.
We're going to get to it. He's got a lot of crimes on his books. Nygard's, and I'll get to the name of his company.
Bubba might be coming in with a fact check Friday after that one.
That was aggressive, Pat. Nygard, by the way, allegedly hosted so-called pamper parties, which is what Will and Pat will be hosting, but theirs are going to look more like this. Bubba can, this is
Nygard needs to stay away from my family.
A baby. That's your pamper party.
Yeah,
not so much.
That looks sweet. That's a nice
not so much with Nygard, where he would
a little diaper.
He pampered his guests, you see, that weren't sex slaves and recruited new talent. He also allegedly attended swingers clubs to direct women to have sex with other men and arrange swaps with friends who would bring a date for Nygard in exchange for sex with one of his girlfriends, and Nygard would not inform the girlfriends in advance that they would be banging his friends. Here's where he fucked up big time. He also allegedly paid the victims using money from his business West called the Nygard Group, which has just a shitload of different brands underneath.
He was just mixing this shit with his business,
and big time. And then many of his victims were hired by him and placed on the company payroll as models or assistants, and they didn't work. They just got sex traded. So he really mixed with the company business. Yeah,
it's like a perk.
Yeah, so he's fucked. And you know what? Soft corner. Just going to have to do it right now. It's not too late to soft corner him, so I'm going to do it. He's a piece of shit deserving of the soft corner. You're in the soft corner, Peter Nygard. Fuck you.
Yeah, really. Big soft corner.
Yeah, soft corner.
All right. This next one comes to us from Ontario and is very sad. It's very infuriating, actually, guys. You see, around this time of the year, the most famous person in the world to children is, of course, Santa Claus, right? Just to get near him or a glimpse of him is enough to make you shiver in fear and awe. Not even Jesus Christ himself can hold a candle to Santa, which is why one Ontario family...
Unmatched star power of Santa.
No match. Santa
no match.
crushes Jesus. That's why one... Ontario,
Santa's like, try me, Jesus.
yeah,
Try me.
just no comparison.
You think you can sell more tickets than me? No way.
Yeah.
Santa puts asses in seats.
He certainly does. That's why one Ontario family and their children were extremely disappointed when they saved up their money, borrowed a friend's car, and headed to Vaughan for the Holiday Nights of Lights Festival. It's a drive-through Christmas light show. I think we've all been through one of those or seen one where...
what was it, all Jesus statues?
No, of course, the main attraction was Santa Claus perched on his throne. Bub, if you got there's the festival. There's Santa on his throne waving to the cars as they drive by.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a drive-through festival.
Right, not bad. I think it was like
he's got a fan. Look at that shitty fan pointed at him.
yeah. I think it's like $40 for a car of up to 5 people.
It's a heat lamp, Mark.
Is
that a heat lamp?
Vaughan, Vaughan, Vaughan or Vaughan? I think it's Vaughan.
Vaughan, where? Just anywhere.
Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah, Canada. This is an Ontario family.
It's got to be a heat lamp then.
It's hot. It's cold there. Yeah.
So, however, when this particular family, this mother of twin 7-year-old boys, drove through the display, they were pissed when they got to the end, and Santa was nowhere to be seen. Right? He's the main attraction. The only fucking reason you're going there is to see fucking Santa Claus, and he wasn't there. So, with the two crying kids, she went home, emailed the event organizers to demand her money back and get an explanation, saying, "quote I know your policy is no refunds, but honestly, this was so disappointing to us." Sadly, we are not able to return as we had to borrow a vehicle. So this is obviously a down on their luck kind of family. She saved up money to go fucking give it. To which the organizers responded, quote, "I'm sorry to hear, but he does have to use the restroom sometimes, being in the rain cold for 5+ hours. So we apologize for that. We will definitely."
Oh, that's bullshit. They better swap in a fucking other Santa.
Yep, I agree with you, Will. They said that we will definitely look into getting an inflatable Santa or elf to replace him during his potty breaks.
Yeah. How much is a ticket to this thing?
$40 a car.
Oh, fuck you with the no.
Wait a minute.
No swapping in Santas.
Yeah.
They can't be actually saying that type of shit in responses, and
that's what. Yes.
Furthermore, they should just put a halt sign up and halt all the cars for 15 minutes while Santa takes a piss or shit.
Exactly, Mark. That's exactly what I would say.
You guys are. I'm on the side of Santa here. You got to unionize.
What?
And you need mandate.
No. You need a backup Santa. If you're charging $40 a car, I mean, you're just driving.
Just
through
halt the
place.
line. Just halt the fucking line.
Fucking reason you want to go to the kids
that would put on Santa's bladder.
Get
what
another
if you got
Santa.
A shy bladder? There's no way he's able to go.
Santa could go use the restroom, but someone puts up the red light.
Look, it's a 5-hour shift.
And then the elves dance next to the red light for 10 minutes. Like
it is a 5-hour shift. Did you get an incontinent Santa? Can he not sit there for 5 fucking hours? Can he not fly in a flight? How does Santa fly somewhere? How does he?
This Santa's a prima donna. He needs his heat. He needs his heat lamp at a 45-degree angle. Like this Santa fucking sucks.
Right.
And the
Mel
organizers. Yeah.
Mel Kiper would just like pee on this Santa's face. He'd be so disgusted at how many breaks he takes. Here's your piss break, Santa.
I bet Jesus looked pretty good after that day.
Yeah, a portion of the proceeds went to Epilepsy Toronto, which is hilarious because the epileptics couldn't come.
Yeah,
oh right, because of the lights. It's too many lights.
Yeah, the event organizers kept getting like passive aggressive. Like when the news asked them about this incident, they said that they're focused on everyone having a good time, including our staff. Bullshit. So it's like
fuck that.
You know what? Maybe they're having too much of a good time. Maybe Santa's blowing lines with the event organizers and he's not on his.
I think that's the
seat.
They gave up the exactly. You're right, Mark. They gave up the secret that they have. They're just like they're too concerned with not giving a fuck about providing a good service.
They make too much fucking money.
They're like a summer camp with teens, and they're just all Santa's drinking beers when he wants to go do.
Glad it's for charity. Not glad you don't try hard. You know,
a portion of the proceeds.
A portion. What is that? Like 2%?
Doesn't say. Will
a portion went up Santa's nose?
You should call.
$40
I'm considering
a car.
it. I'm considering it. Hey, I'm hot. I'm hot for our Canadian listeners today.
$40 a car, but it's up to 5 people per car. So it's not like they're paying a fucking
Yeah,
premium.
but those are kids. The kids aren't expected to
You know
pay.
what?
Mom brings her 4 kids. That's $40 out of her pocket.
Someone get in touch with this Canadian family, and we'll all dress up as Santa for $40.
We might have to fly to Canada after this episode. This is some upsetting news.
Sorry you didn't get to drive by Santa, lady. I'm so sorry. Sorry you got to drive through a whole fucking amusement park, but you didn't get to drive by a fucking man in a suit, you dickhead.
You can't be serious.
They owe them a lot of maple syrup. They owe them a lot of maple
Luck
syrup.
of the draw,
to make up
baby.
for that.
Luck of the draw.
Luck of the draw.
Luck
Some
of the
people
draw.
get Santa. Some people get.
He's on the
not-
fucking
like,
pamphlet for fuck's
Hey,
sake.
honey, Santa
people
takes
get
shits
that.
too. You know how you poo poo? You know how you pee pee? So does Santa. He poo poo pee pee
For
too.
these kids,
yeah.
these kids, it's literally the only reason they went was
That's
to see
it.
Santa.
The only
Would
reason.
you
So
like
they
it
could
if
scream their gift requests out the
They
window.
didn't give a shit about the giant candy cane lights? No.
Is Santa dead?
Would you like it if Santa came and watched you poo poo pee pee? No, he doesn't
Yeah,
like
it's
it
horrible.
either. Plus, it's
horrible.
illegal. I'm
That's
sorry.
what-
That's
There
what
we
you're
go.
going to explain to
There
your
you go,
kids.
Pat. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck
Inexcusable-
rationalizing the
inexcusable
absence
service.
of Santa to 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Lack of service.
You just
I should
turn
say.
around and tell him that he doesn't exist at that
Well,
point.
welcome to my parenting style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Managing expectations early. All right, let's.
You might not be here, guys. Just telling you. So, is what I'm going to tell the kids when we go into the park. Yes. Okay. Will, I'm sorry.
That's a good idea. Set the
Always-
expectations real low.
Set expectations low in every
Yeah.
scenario.
Yes.
You might fail the test.
Yeah.
But then,
You might
still
forget
need
your
to get
birthday.
upset if there's no Santa because you paid $40 to see
I
the
would-
fucking Santa.
I wouldn't count on making the team.
All right. Let's move on. To
I don't know.
all right. I was gonna say that this next story. I don't know. It's even more depressing than what we've just been talking about. It's about a Japanese serial killer, and this one's from Charles and intern Cam in the Hardo Hive, and I'm just going to read it straight out of the Independent, the way that it comes to you. So, a Japanese court has sentenced a man popularly known as the country's Twitter killer to death for the serial murder of 9 people, most of them women, in 2017. Takahiro Shahiri was found guilty by the Takashawa branch of Tokyo District Court of murdering, dismembering, and storing the bodies of 9 in his apartment near Tokyo, according to Japanese media reports. Shirashi recently admitted to the murders in court, but the main point of contention in his case became his lawyer's argument that his charges should be reduced because the victims had expressed suicidal thoughts and gave their quote-unquote consent to be killed.
Oh, bullshit.
So that's a lot to grapple right there. But basically, this psycho was seeking out depressed people on Twitter, approaching them with a Twitter handle in Japanese that translates to hangman, and then he would offer to end their suffering at his apartment, and he wasn't kidding.
How did he do it, though?
He invited them over. He's a 30-year-old dude. The victims were between the ages of 15 to 26. And he just would find depressed kids.
No, I know, but
Twitter.
would he strangle them, or would he like butcher them like was it like a violent death?
Strangling and raping. Yeah,
that's
it was
you
9
don't
women,
ask for that.
9
Yeah,
women,
you,
1 man,
raping?
1 man.
you don't ask for that.
No, did he get him to sign something?
No, just brought them into the apartment, killed them, and then stacked their bodies up. Really disgusting when you consider that everybody was, like I said, 15 to 26. That's young, and also that he was just
He stacked them in chronological age.
No, he was just
Oh, we got a 14. You got to
just-
redo the whole pile.
just keeping them piled up in his
Ridiculous.
tiny apartment. Yeah. And it was over the course of 3 months, so it was only from August to October of 2017.
How old are you? Get out.
Yeah.
I already got one of you. This is not funny. Fuck this guy.
Dude's an absolute fucking lunatic, and dealing with the death penalty in Japan, which is probably kind of rare, and deservedly so, because this dude is, I mean, like it's impossible to understand that level of sickness. Like,
Yeah.
he's a
Well,
real piece of work, that guy.
no surprise he was on Twitter. All right, guys. This one's also from Andrew Parker. And it'll be our last story of the day. Perhaps the best known version of Ain't No Mountain High Enough is the Diana Ross rendition. and is considered to be an anthem for achieving one's dreams. But what most people don't know is that it was written by a husband and wife songwriting duo, Nicholas Ashford and Valerie Simpson, and is about overcoming great adversity, but not in the way it was used as a metaphor for winning a singing competition in Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit. The song's really about what a man will let get in his way when it comes to banging his lady, which is absolutely nothing.
From keeping me getting to you, babe.
Why did any? Yeah, that's what everyone thinks. It is, right?
I'm just saying, it's a popular
Ain't
song.
no
I
mountain
feel like,
high enough to stop me from snaking your
keep
hole.
me from getting to you, babe.
yeah, he's talking about holes, guys. 28-year-old Scottish roofer named Dale McLaughlin was undoubtedly blasting that classic tune along with the Whisper song by the Ying Yang Twins in his earbuds on repeat as he drove his jet ski 25 miles from his home in Scotland across the frigid waters of the Irish Sea to get some long overdue from his lady.
Damn.
That's a cold jet ski ride.
That's hard on the legs.
Oh, yeah. Guys, Dale.
25 miles on a jet ski on a sea. It's not even like a lake. It's in the sea.
Oh, it's a sea, guys. His lady lives on the Isle of Man, and Dale had met her earlier in the pandemic back in September when he was on the island, and he was legally stationed for a roofing job, but due to strict COVID protocol, Dale had been without his lady and her sweet embrace for the better part of 2 or 3 months. So
can't have that. Ain't no mountain high enough.
Oh, he's full of jam.
Here's what McLaughlin was willing to do.
Ain't
First,
no sea cold enough.
First, he saved up and bought a jet ski. Second, he towed that jet ski 70 miles to the beach on the Isle of Whitehorn before setting off on what he thought would be a 40-minute jet ski ride, but in fact took him almost 5 hours due to bad weather.
Yeah, 25 miles on a jet ski in a sea.
Yeah.
In unfavorable conditions.
This is like a modern day
smooth ride.
This is like a modern day the Iliad and the Odyssey.
After Dale made landfall with just 10 minutes of fuel left in his tank, he then had to trek on foot another 15 miles before arriving at his lover's home in Douglas. And all that, considering that this was Dale's first time on a jet ski, gives you an idea of just how horny he was.
Throw yourself into the fire on that one.
This was the inaugural jet ski ride. He'd never been on one in his life.
He was gonna get laid or die.
The horniest guy of all time.
This is like a story out of like the animals on like the wildlife channel where they like just literally will do anything to go get laid.
It's like a salmon. Yeah. His body's falling apart, but he's still going towards the house to mate.
If you throw up a photo of his girl, maybe it'll explain why, guys. He had twice applied for an exemption to travel to the island to see her again. So essentially, like once he had to leave the job, he had to leave his lady and couldn't get back. But he was turned down on both occasions that he applied for the exemption, and that's when he took matters into his own hands, saving up to buy the jet ski. But for Dale's sake, guys, I hope
making it back to his love pillows.
He had to get back to him, baby, because his unwavering determination to get that cut up landed him in jail for 4 weeks for breaking COVID protocol. I guess he started blabbering his mouth a little bit, and people were like, "You did what? You did what?"
You gotta let that go. That's a case by case. You gotta let him off.
So they let him when he was back at his house, or when he was with her at her house. He got
after. No, he achieved his goal. Will
he made it. He got it.
How did he get home? He went back the whole path.
I think he took jet ski back, or maybe he got busted on the island. I'm not sure exactly, but
because if he got busted on the island, what if she turned him in?
No, I think it was the guy crossing the Irish Sea on a fucking jet ski.
There's no way he went home. There's no way
his car that he left at the beach on the other side of the fucking island, and his buddies that he told that he was traversing.
There's no way. That's the loneliest drive home. He got a half mile into that jet ski on the way home and turned it around.
Yeah.
right back to her.
Just got caught.
if you're
got
staring
caught on the shore.
if you're staring at those tits long enough, though, that sea gets a little warmer and a little shorter. You know what I mean?
Do you think
It's
he was
like-
just looking at the picture the whole time?
How
to gear himself up? He's
Did
like,
they
it ain't 25 miles, ain't nothing, is it?
did they mention how long it took him to recover from his concussion from those fun bags?
Jesus Christ. Dude, don't forget about the 15-mile walk after he got there. He pled
Golly.
guilty to one charge of failing to comply with the emergency powers regulations by entering the island without an exemption notice or entry permit, and to one charge of insanity from horniness. Guys, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you guys so much for listening. Shout out Hardo Hive. These are our favorite shows to do because the stories are the ones that you guys suggest, and it's always a lot of fun. Make sure to give us a follow on social media at Hard Factor Pat, at Hard Factor Will, at Hard Factor Wes, and at Hard Factor Mark. And most importantly, guys, have a great fucking day.